What's going on, family? We back up in this thing. Listen, I got a lot to talk to y'all about today. I got a lot. Because one thing about it is a lot of people, man, they are experts, not imperts, right? There's a difference. You know, I know it may sound crazy to some people, but this is real. An expert is someone that they've educated themselves on a topic or a subject that they've never really went through, right? Like, you may be an expert in history, correct? But guess what? You never went through history. You was never there when Columbus discovered America. You wasn't there, you know, during prehistoric times, medieval times, you know, things like that. That is what an expert is. But an impert is something completely different that most people have never heard of before. An impert is someone that has went through something, right? They've received knowledge. Let's say they received knowledge from the outside, right? I can give you any example. It really doesn't matter, right? But I'm gonna just get to the basis of it, right? They get knowledge from the outside world, right? And it doesn't really register until they go through it. That is what an impert is. That's really what wisdom is. Knowledge is just, okay, that makes sense. It's not, okay, I've been through that myself. It's 1 + 1 = 2. Wisdom is, I put 1 + 1 together to equal 2. Boom. I've went through it myself. Now I'm an impert. Now that's wisdom. I've went through that, right? When people say, you know, don't put your hand on the stove because it'll burn you, but you know the stove is hot. That is knowledge. You know that the stove is hot. You know that it could possibly burn you, right? And if you've seen other people get burnt, then you know that it'll burn you. But because you haven't went through it yourself, you're only an expert on the subject. If you put your hand on it, right, then you're impert. External, internal. You put your hand on the stove, it burns you. Now you're impert. That's wisdom. You went through it. Now you know what not to do. It's not enough to just know what, you know, to do. It's also you have to know what not to do. But the reason I say all that is because me personally, and I'm putting this out here to you guys, I understand that within my life, you know, there's been a lot of things that have held me back, right? A lot of really what you want to call it is sin. That's technically what it is, right? Sin that has held me back from my life, from reaching my higher self. But you have to understand it has to be broken down to a molecular level of what really just anatomy, right? You have to understand that within your body, you have a positive atom and a negative atom, right? And if you want to really dumb it down for a lot of people to understand, that's what people call God, and that's what people call the devil. Plain and simple, right? You have God within you, the devil within you, good within you, evil within you. Positive atom, negative atom, right? That's why I say there's a higher self and a lower self. This channel is about elevation and getting better, right? High and just living fulfilled, abundant, purposeful life. Everything that is just, you know, glorious and great, right? That's all, because that's all we want in this life. We want to live fulfilled, purposeful, abundant life. Because that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be in their higher self. See, that's the thing. Everybody wants to be in their higher self, but they don't know how to get to their higher self. They don't even know the things that they're doing wrong. They may know the things that they're doing right, but they're not even aware. They're not even aware. That's where it all starts at. That's where consciousness starts at. Awareness. What do they always say for drug addicts? Or addiction and problem? Addiction in general, right? A problem in general, right? You have to identify the problem. If you don't know you have the problem, how can you identify where you're messing up at? You really, really, really have to understand that now. Because if you're only operating at a certain level of consciousness, you will never understand. Or it may make sense, but you will never truly understand, once again, being an impert, what those people that may have a higher knowledge, right, are telling you, right? Like your parents tell you all types of things when you're younger, like stay away from certain people. You know, don't do this, don't do that. And in your head, you're just like, all right, it doesn't make sense. It's knowledge, you know, that you're getting, but until you go through it, then you have wisdom. But just within my life, the sins that have been holding me back, you know, like lust, you know, really overindulging in sex, overeating, you know, not eating the right foods. You know, just recently, I'll give you a perfect story, right? I had a meeting that I had to attend to in the morning. Now, it wasn't whether I go to it or not. It was more like a networking event, right? I didn't have to be there, but I needed to be there. But I was, and y'all, let me actually take a step back. You have to understand dopamine, right? Dopamine is a driving factor to all activity in this world. That's why sin is it stops you from getting to where you need to be at. People they're not understanding this. They think it's just a religion thing. They don't really understand life. And then they wonder why they struggle in life. You can take the same principles from any religion, right, that are aligned with positivity and get what you want in your life, right? I know it's a lot to say that, but a lot of people won't understand. They won't understand why things are the way they are. People can only understand you to the level of perception that they have. If you're here, they're there, they won't understand. But anyways, right, for example, I had a meeting in the morning and I wasn't fully aware, right? I understood why not to eat, or I understood not to eat trash foods or junk foods or sugar or whatever, right? But I didn't understand truly, I wasn't aware of the causes and effects that I was having on my body, right? When you're young, you're younger, right? And I'm only 22. When you're young, you're really not aware of those things. You just you eat all this candy, you eat all this stuff, and you're like, all right, it is what it is. I'm a kid. You don't really care. You don't have consciousness. And then the people around you, they really don't know any better. So they just let you do it. They just let you fall in sin, right? And mind you, sin is anything that makes you unhappy. That's all it really is. It doesn't have to be religion. It has to be taught to that. I'm just telling you right here, right now, right? So when as you get older, you become more aware. You try to figure, because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to figure out, and at the end of the day, an entrepreneur, all an entrepreneur is somebody that's a high level person. Your business will only ever be as good as you operate. Plain and simple. If you don't operate at your highest level, your business will fail. It doesn't work. Most businessmen are not fat and out of shape. And if they are, I'm telling you, they got there by a means, a certain means. They may have got there with their thoughts, but I can tell you this right now, they're not happy. They're really not happy. They may act like they are, but they're not happy. You can see it in the way they move, the way they act, the way they breathe. Because the thing is, people don't understand. They don't know that they're hurting when they become so accustomed to the pain. That becomes your reality. When you're in negativity, you don't understand or realize that you're a negative person because that's all you do and that's all you see. You don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are. When you come out of the darkness and you get into the light, you see what it's like and you see why it's so much better on the other side. And then it infuriates you that you were even in that lower state. But understand, right? I had this meeting I was going to, and I ate this. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the thing is, I'm in great shape. And I say decent shape because I feel like I can always get better. I'm in pretty good shape, right? I can always get better. It's a mindset, right? To battle the minds in this world, it's a mindset. Can always get better, right? I'm in great shape. You will see that, right? But my eating habits haven't always been healthy because, for one, I didn't know how to eat. Two, I didn't know the exact foods to eat. Then on top of that, the exact foods to eat that are tailored to my body, that don't cause inflammation in my body. And three, the amount of foods that you need to eat in. Not everybody needs to eat in the same amount. You have to understand that, right? So those are already 3 layers of consciousness that I have to understand and I have to peel back to learn. Because if you're not aware, you're not even aware of these 3, you're just eating mindlessly, right? So with that being said, I ate this I ate a crumble cookie, right? Because I'm still understanding my habits and why I keep getting going back to them. At the end of the day, it's really just habits. If you're addicted to your lower self, you're going to go back to it, especially if you're not aware. Those are your habits. Those are your patterns that you do each and every single day. But if you wasn't conscious or you wasn't even hypnotic rhythm, if you wasn't even brought up, right? If you were brought up in a way of eating healthy, you don't eat unhealthy. If you were brought up in a way to only work and study, that's what you're going to do with your life. But if you were brought up in a way to drink and smoke alcohol, that is what you're going to do. One is lower, one is higher. Working towards a purpose is higher in your higher calling, right? Eating healthy is higher. Watching porn, overdosing in sex, drinking alcohol, overeating, that is lower. That is the negative atom within you. The positive atom within you is eating healthy, getting sunlight, getting sleep, meditating, eating in the right amounts, eating for your body to accept a light and energy. People have to understand human beings, right? We are lights. We are lights and energy. It flows within us. We have energy within us. It's our most valuable resource that we have. And when we allow those energy to flow through our body, we are able to connect not only with our higher self, but actually with God, because you're living in the way that brings you closer to God. This is not a religion thing. This is not a religion thing. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual thing. It's a difference. There is a spiritual realm within this world, but it's not, it has to be broken down for people to understand. It's not enough to just say spiritual. You have to understand it on the mental or the psychological and the physiological. And then you have to understand quantum physics. You have to understand anatomy. You have to understand the world around you. If you understand that, you would know. I know I keep saying understand. I know I keep saying understand, like I'm going in. Like I'm really trying to get my message across, because the limbic system, right, is the emotions, but it doesn't process what you're feeling, right? What you feel goes through the neocortex, right? I mean, your words are in language is then, it goes through the neocortex, and that's how you speak, right? But the limbic system is really just how you feel. But you have to understand the world around you, right? Everything, right? I'm in the gym. I'll give you another story, right? I didn't even finish that cookie story. Let me go back. I know I'm going on a lot. This is going to be a long video, but I'm really trying to get across my feelings and get it. Because over time, I'm telling you, I'm going to get better. I'm going to elevate, and you guys are really going to understand. You're going to see me going from this lower version to my higher self, and how I'm able to finally be able to convey my message to the world in a way that makes people understand, right? But the cookie, right? I ate it. It was a big old crumble cookie. If you guys know that, it was a big old birthday cake crumble cookie. I ate it and didn't understand the dopamine, because I don't have a lot of stuff in my house. I don't work like that. You gotta understand. You gotta be purposeful in everything that you do. You know, cleanliness is closest to godliness. The more stuff that you stack in your mind, or really in your environment, it clutters your mind. You gotta understand that any unoccupied space in your mind allows negativity to come into it. So if you are constantly focused on the positive, focused on your person, there is no room for negativity. There is no room for negativity. Plain and simple. That's why you're always moving forward. And the second you look back is the second that you allow that negativity to enter your inner matrix, and that's never what you want. You always move forward. You always commit. You know what you want in your life. You just go after it. You don't worry about nothing else, because you trust. Not only do you trust in God and have faith, right? But you move forward. Everything in this universe is expanding, and always, right? But back to the cookie story, right? I ate the cookie, and it was a lot of sugar. And it's really just dopamine, right? And I ate it, didn't understand the effects, and I went to sleep, man. And when I tell you that thing put me out of my misery, because you have to understand, when you eat food, it goes to your stomach, and your stomach absorbs whatever, macronutrients, minerals, whatever it is, chemicals that are in whatever you eat. That's why when you eat healthy food, you feel good, because your body is getting the nutrients and the energy it needs to continue to move forward, right? But when you're eating sugar. Sugar just, for one, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't really do anything for you. And then you eat a lot of it. It's just a high. It's another high. It's literally like taking a drug. It's a high. And then it numbs you, and it stops you from moving. And then when it stops you from moving, guess what? You miss out on opportunities. You miss out on the next day and being your best and higher self. And guess what? It allows negative thoughts to enter your inner matrix. Why? Because it slowed me down. When you get slowed down in life, I'm telling you, that is exactly the moment that they're going to come. They're going to come every single time. You continuously move forward, you move forward each and every single day, and you don't stop. Life is nothing but a battle of the mind. That is it. But once you get wired, you got to understand. Cells that fire together, wire together, then you get hardwired. Once you can unwire those cells and then fire them and wire them with good, higher, positive ones, you'll be successful. Because the thing is, a lot of people stop themselves, and they don't understand why and even how they're stopping themselves. Overindulging in sex, you got to understand light and energy, right? If your body or mind is constantly focused on, it's constantly focused on orgasm, which you're losing energy, digestion, more energy, right? When you eat, you overeat, and you feel full, guess what? You want to sleep. And stress, right? Stress is just really not moving forward and doing what you need to do to reach your higher callings, whether it's not working out or whether it's not working on your business. You are your business, working on yourself, right? These three things, they take up energy. They don't allow you to continuously move. Every single day you should be we all should be working on this planet. There's not a day that goes by where we don't work. Expand in all ways, all ways. If you would really understand how you as a person are connected to the universe, you will understand the way that the world operates and moves. Things are always in balance. Things are always constantly moving. The sun continues to rise in the east and land in the west. Right? Or rise in the west, land in the east. No, I had that right. Rise in the east. For some reason, I always get that one mixed up, but I do believe it is rise in the east and land in the west. Right? Whatever. Anyways, the sun continues. The sun continues. Bro, that I swear, listen. A second of vulnerability. I still to this day, for some reason, just never have figured that out. It just doesn't occur to me that the sun rises in the east and lands in the west. I'll put it up on my phone right now. I like to be very vulnerable on camera because this is real. This is real. I don't do videos. I just tell people what I'm doing in my life or what I'm applying. And then guess what? It's up to other people to go out there and do it. But I'm showing evidence. Yeah, that's right. Rise in the east, land in the west. I knew I had it right the first time, right? And just like that, right? When you learn knowledge or you learn something or whatever it is you want to do, you have to commit to it and you just have to move forward, right? The only thing that you should ever be focused on and the only target or goal that you ever should be focused on or way that you should be ever focused on moving is forward and towards your vision, towards your goal. Never stop. Don't stop. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Because the thing is, you may not have the right plan. You may get off track. But as long as you keep going, you get back on the right path. Plain and simple. That's all it is in life. Just look at the universe. The universe is constantly moving and constantly expanding in all ways. The Milky Way galaxy is still moving. Human beings are the same. To this day, human beings are still going, still constantly moving, still building, still destroying. Some people are out there destroying. Still building, still destroying. Life just never stops, bro. There is no time to chillax and relax. Yes, get rest. That's when you sleep, right? Or at the very end of your life, but you're constantly moving. You're constantly going. The ones that don't understand that, they keep harming themselves. It's like a snake wrapped around a razor, right? I always tell this story to people, right? And there's areas in my life that I'm still learning to let go in. It's really just about letting go, right? Letting go and letting God, the higher self, your higher self, just letting God and becoming your higher self. But it was a snake wrapped around a razor, and that's probably the last thing I say in this video. It's a snake wrapped around a razor, right? And guy tried to go and help the snake out and pull the snake off the razor. But the snake tried to bite him, and as the snake bit him, it dug deeper into the razor, hurting him more and more and more. And guess what? He attacked the razor, hurting him. But he still never let the razor go. And then the guy tried to help him again. He did the same thing, and it got worse and worse and worse. It's the same thing with your sin. It's the same thing with negativity. That's the same thing with your lower self. You have to let it go. You got to understand, when you try to let it go, the longer that you're in it, the harder it's going to be for you to come out. It's hard because of your thought patterns. You've been doing it for so long. It's a habit. But you have to be aware. If you understand, right? And the reason I say Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is the perfect understanding and example, right? I don't know any of the other religions. I know like this Islamic faith, the Jewish people and those, they have their own religions, right? And most of them are accustomed to the principles. But the thing is, he went into solitude a lot of times because you have to understand your mind. You have to meditate. You have to know what your thoughts are. If you don't know what your thoughts are, whether they're negative, whether they're positive or negative, you will never be able to distinguish between the two and then make the right decisions in life. Life is about making the right choices. A lot of people get so accustomed to making the wrong choices, but they want better in their life. It won't work like that. That is a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. You have to start making the right choices in order to get to your higher self in this world and continue to move forward. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. Everything won't be perfect. But as you continue to keep working over time in the right way, things will get perfect. Human beings are perfect at birth, but we are led astray. Babies, right? And I'm talking a plain baby, not And the thing is, their parents, it's their parents that they don't understand. The generational curses can get transferred down to your kids. But I'm just talking about a baby, right, where the parents have lived correctly. That baby, right, is perfect. That baby is perfect. It's a clean slate. The brain is a clean slate. It's a clean soul. But if that baby got into environments, right, or that child got into environments where all it was sin, you know, for one, negativity, negative music, you know, terrible foods to eat, fried foods, greasy foods, fatty foods, sugar, you know, wasn't working out and exercising, that baby will fall into sin. And as that baby grows up, right, that's all that baby's gonna know. That child's gonna know. Then it becomes a habit. But if that child was in the opposite, right, if you think about it, if you can do wrong, what makes you think you can't if you can always do wrong, what makes you think you can't always do right? It's nothing but a mindset and a way of living life, lion spirit lifestyle, right? To get to your higher self. I always prayed to be a better man. I prayed each and every single day to be the best man that I could possibly become. Every single day I would hurt myself over and over and over, fall into the same things, same traps over and over, not understanding the laws of the universe, the way that the world works and it's governed. A lot of this information, it's not even hidden. It's out there in today's age, you know, but not understanding how the world works. Even though I'm young, didn't have a lot of life experience, probably learned a lot more than what, you know, most people have learned in their 30s and 40s. But I'm understanding at a young age and I'm applying now. But it's real, man. It's real. It's real. You got to understand your energy, light, and information comes through you. Your energy is light and information from the highest being. But your lower self, the lower atoms in you, the negativity in you, which is really just short-term dopamine, right, compared to long-term dopamine, they want to hold you down and bring you down. Keep moving forward, keep elevating, because that's all that it's about. Your mind should only ever be focused on moving forward. And I promise you, if you focus on moving forward and doing the right things, applying the right habits, you will elevate and you will transcend not only everybody around you, but you will transcend your older self. And I promise you will never go back to it, ever. You just continue to stay focused and move forward. Because that's all that matters in this life, is moving forward towards that goal and vision and becoming the person. It's about becoming the person, man. You have that vision, but you got to become the person. Because in order to have more, you have to do more. In order to do more, you have to become more. So if you continuously focus on that person that you're becoming each and every single day, the person that eats healthy, the person that works all the time, right, and focuses on his work, which is his purpose, the person that's focused on helping others, the person that's focused on, you know, staying in great shape, working out, taking care of himself, the person that's focused on being first, being the leader, being the winner, and having the best mentality. Because like I said, to battle the minds, this is all a mentality. You will win in this life, but you got to continue to keep moving forward. And I know within this video, it's a lot. And over time, I'm going to break things down and I'm going to reiterate things down for people to truly understand, right? But people have to really realize what's going on in this world. Like, they have to awaken, you know. I'm on a 24-hour day fast right now. I'm letting go of it, right? I have to. You have to. It's pain. Think about it. In the gym, you go through pain, but guess what? You keep moving forward. That pain can be transferred to any other area in your life. Whether you have problems eating, you're having problems with sex, you're having problems with procrastinating, you're having problems with family, relationships, you're having problems with love, it doesn't matter. Or just hatred, I should say, right? You just gotta let go. You gotta let go and you gotta move forward. You're nothing but light and information. That's how you should be and that's how you should live in your life if you really want to get to your higher self. If you don't, this message is not for you. It's only for those that want to. Because I'm telling you, the other side, the grass is green on the other side. That's all I really have for this video. I'm just like, it feels so good that I've even got that off my chest. Most of the time, it's not that we fear. Most of the time, it's not that we fear that we're not good enough. We fear that other people will find out that we believe that we're not good enough, or we feel we're not good enough. We just fear a lot of times that people will figure us out, you know, like when you're hiding something, right? Let's say those people that cheat. It's not that you're cheating that you're afraid of infidelity. It's not that you're cheating that you're afraid of. It's the fact that they're going to find out. That's what eats people alive. You gotta live in light. You can't live in the darkness. It's not the fact that you're a failed businessman. It's the fact that people will find that out. It's not the fact that you're an alcoholic. It's the fact that people will find out that you have an alcohol problem. It's not the fact that you're a porn addict. It's the fact that people will find out that you are a porn addict, sex addict, whatever it is. It's not the fact that you that you're a gluten. It's the fact that people will find out that you're a gluten. You got to put it out there, bro. You got to live in light. You keep living in darkness, it's going to eat you up alive. You're going to be like that snake on that razor. I'm telling you, you just got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You got to live right. This is Lion Spirit Lifestyle. I know I covered a lot in this video, but this was truly from the heart. Like, I don't get on here, like, I get on here to speak a genuine message. I don't get on here for nothing else. I don't get on here for the looks, for the aesthetics. I don't care about none of that. Because the thing is, this Lion Spirit Lifestyle, I do pour out my heart into it. But this is a genuine channel. This is not for that fake stuff. I don't do none of that fake stuff. I don't do none of that. That's not me, never has been me, never will be me. Right? I don't get that. This is real. This is genuine. And the thing is, if people will understand how the world works, when you have something and you believe in it, you don't got to change for nobody. You keep moving forward. People will adapt to your mindset. I'm not adapting to no one's mindset, especially if it's negative. I only adapt to positive mindsets and listen to people with positive mindsets, because the ones with negative mindsets don't even know. It's like I heard this from somebody. A fool trying to sound like the learned still sounds like a fool. Trying to sound like the learned to the learned still sounds like a fool. So if you're learning and understanding and wanting to do better, right, and having that positive mindset, you won't listen to them, because a broken clock is still right twice a day. People could tell you everything they want in this world, but if their actions aren't aligned behind it, it doesn't matter. It's by how you live that, you show people what your message really is. And that's what I'm working on doing each and every single day. Living in my highest version, my highest being. Because the grass is green on the other side. I got a positive message, I got a goal, I got a vision that I'm chasing every single day, and I'm willing to put my life on the line for it. This is a real channel. It's going to grow anyways, because I'm moving forward regardless. I'm going to be here each and every single day. I love you guys with everything that I have. I'm pouring myself out. I'm becoming the best version of myself. I'm giving, I'm living. I'm telling you, over time it's going to work. It's going to happen. And when it happens, hey, I don't know what to say. Like right now, I just feel light. I feel light. I haven't probably eaten in over 12 hours right now. If you understand fasting, right? You feel good. You feel light. Like, bro, I'm telling you, it's just, you want to live a clean, healthy lifestyle. You have to have a burning desire for it. You have to really want to go chase it and get it. I know this is a long video. This is a run-on video. But like I say, it's just real. It's just real. I'm pouring myself out, man. I'm giving everything that I have each and every single day to pour not only to you guys, but to myself. I have to pour into myself first so I can pour into you guys. But my business, everything that I'm working on in this life, my vision, all of it. I love you guys. Until the next video, continue to keep exuding that positive energy. Meditate, be aware of your thoughts and everything that's going on around you, your environment, because that is important. You want to become the dominating positive influence in your life. At the end of the day, your success will always depend on your ability to influence people, in a positive manner. Plain and simple. So keep moving forward each and every single day, because you're worthy of it. And there's a higher call and a higher self that's waiting for you to be the best version of yourself each and every single day. I love you guys. We're getting better. Till next time.